Hey guys, welcome to Keys Moths. My name's David Fine. I am going to tell you all about the moths of the Florida Keys, and today we are focusing on the Sphingidae of the Florida Keys. This is going to be Sphingidae of the Florida Keys Part 4, and we're going to go over 4 species that are very similar when you see them with their wings closed. And it's not until you open up the wings and see their hind wing that you can actually easily identify them. But guys, we're going to be going over the genus Manduca and then the Pink Spotted Hawkmoth. These are really cool, big, showy moths that are common throughout most of the United States, but we have them all here in the South Florida and the Florida Keys, and we're going to show you what is our experience with them in the Florida Keys. Guys, check out the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, this is a really cool group, and unless you're a tomato farmer, a tobacco farmer, or if you grow peppers, or if you have gardens with tomatoes in them, you may not be super fond of some of these, because these things, if you have tomatoes growing or you have peppers growing, these things will find your plants and destroy them. It's like the Sentinels in the Matrix movie. It's kind of funny. They find them, they lay eggs, and they destroy your plants. So, guys, we're going to start with these 4 species that are very similar. Now, these are nicely spread specimens with the forewings outspread and hind wings exposed. So you can see the differences in the hind wings as we look at these species. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Just look at the forewings. Well, Rustic Sphinx is a little bit different, but when you have just the forewings showing, it's going to be very tough to tell these 4 apart, or at least the bottom 3 apart, because they look very similarly, and they cover these cool little spots. I mean, you'd be able to count some spots and be able to identify them that way, but the pink spots are covered when the moth is at rest, and that's typically when we see them. But let's start. Let's go over things real quick. The Rustic Sphinx is an absolutely stunning moth. They do occur in the Florida Keys, but not very commonly. They all eat plants in the Solanaceae family. So any of your peppers, your tomatoes, your tobaccos, there's a wide variety of things that these creatures will eat. The Pink Spotted Hawkmoth, they like potatoes, but in the wild, they actually eat morning glory. So I don't know how morning glory and potato are related, but if you have morning glory vines, that is what you're going to find our Pink Spotted Hawkmoth caterpillars on. So Rustic Sphinx, I'm not sure what they're feeding on in the Keys. I find them caterpillars in my yard on my angel's trumpet, and I've reared, I think, all but three of the 4 of these out just from the caterpillars I found in the angel's trumpet. I believe I've only found 2 of them in the Florida Keys as adults, both in Key Largo and at a light sheet. All of these species readily come to lights. The next one, Manduka quinquemaculata. I've only found 1 specimen in the Florida Keys. This is what we would call our tobacco hornworm. This is the tomato hornworm. This would be our tomato hornworm. Common pest throughout much of North America, but not very common in South Florida. And so we found a couple of them in the Keys, but not very common. This is a very rare thing to see. Now, Manduka Sexta, this is what would be called our tobacco hornworm. Now, this thing is very common throughout the Florida Keys. And in fact, Big Pine Key, we found them in every key that we have surveyed, and they feed on a number of different native Solanaceae plants as well. And so pretty much anything in that nightshade family, this creature will eat. And it's a very common moth. It's cool to see them come to your lights, and sometimes you can see upwards of 5, 10, 12 of them in a given night. Now, probably the most common moth in the Florida Keys is the Pink Spotted Hawkmoth. And it is a gorgeous moth when they are fresh. Unlike the yellow spots of all of its cousins, the Pink Spotted Hawkmoth is named for these beautiful pink spots on the abdomen and on the pink hue on the hind wing. Pretty cool. It is a different genus. It's Agrius genus instead of Manduca, Agrius singulatus. And I don't have pictures of the caterpillars of these, but guys, these are really cool moths that we can find in the Florida Keys quite readily, except, these top two not as much, but Manduka Sexta, Pink Spotted Hawkmoth can be found quite readily in the Florida Keys. They're actually pretty common down there. And so guys, that's pretty much it. They feed on flowers. You can feed them. You can see them feeding on morning glory flowers or other deep-throated flowers. They fly at twilight. They'll come to flowers that way, or you can just put lights out. They readily come to mercury vapor lights or black lights and can be found that way. All right, guys, hope you liked the video on these Manduca species, on these big Sphinx moths from the Florida Keys. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps out our channel. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell for notifications, because when you hit that bell, you'll get notified every time we put out a new video. You don't want to miss any of the action, because we're going to go through all 600 moths of Florida Keys and 100 butterfly species as well. We got a lot of work to do. We're making a lot of videos, and we're going to show you all about the moths and butterflies of the Florida Keys. But one last thing, the website, www.keysmoths.com. We've got everything photographed there for you. So if you want to just skip ahead, go to the website, check out keysmoths.com, and you can see all the photographs that we've taken of all these cool species. But another thing, I want to shout out to the Southern Lepidoptera Society. It's a great organization that men and women that have dedicated their whole lives to studying the butterflies and moths of the southern United States. We'd love for you to join the organization. It's a membership fee of $35 a year. You get some newsletters delivered to your, quarterly newsletters delivered to your house, and then you get invited to our annual meeting and some field trips. Plus you get to meet some really, really cool people that are super knowledgeable. They've helped me out big time over the last 25 years or so. So guys, hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, let's get out there and enjoy South Florida, and let's find some really, really cool moths like this. Take care.